No, I like the Western
Yeah?
style. I like it.
Thank you so much. You can resell them for $100. So I don't. Yeah. So I can leave you with these 5 if it's not too many.
5 is okay for
Yeah,
beginning.
cool.
What's your name?
It's going for $100.
It's who?
Anu. Yeah. It's my first single, Lungama. You can buy it from me.
Well,
Put in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jeez, long time, man.
I'm gonna get this.
These are $100. Yeah.
Get my number. Call. Give me a call later on, man.
Okay, cool. So like, yeah, man, no, I was actually like moving my CDs, just walking around moving CDs. That's why I'd asked when you guys are on campus again. So we see you guys again. Would you guys be interested in buying music? Yeah? Would you guys be interested in buying music? Okay, cool. Yeah, Lungama.
Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Are you local?
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so. Do I? I will. Citizen of the world.
Just look at what happened to Samson after he went to barbers. Energy bam, some corners infesting way past the numbers, but still, all it takes is just one man with an energy blast that could give a signal in the furthest part of the galaxy. Shorten cause I'm accustomed to the cosmics. I'm a customer, here to forge your soul, made of my spirit is straight. This nemesis is myself. Put the blade to my throat, I understand the meaning of that. So beautiful, just make sure that you are here when you leave. Let's get this shot in the stomach, cause you must have that.
Just remember that call her Mekulu.
Mekulu.
Do you even know any of Ambo name, any of Ambo words?
No.
Have you tried?
Ovambo is, I've been doing research, so Ovambo is a tribe of people that the Panyamas are part of, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, there was no way for me to learn the language. I've done some research around who they are and Madume and his people and where they're from. I know that, the kingdom stretches between Namibia and Angola and all those sorts of things. But, so how do I greet her?
Well, just say hello, Mekulu. Because I don't think you'll be able to grasp Kwanyama now. However, you can say Mwalelepo, Mekulu. Always make sure that you mention who you are addressing at the end.
Oh, who's it? Who? G. Kala.
What's up, man?
What up, man? What you saying?
Strength, man. Strength.
Sara?
Man. So later that you come. How we?
You know, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Awe.
He's always busy in town and whatnot.
Kana kinataka mana ngene bro.
Oh, here we go again. I think I should get paid for me.
Same old shit, you know already.
Smoking your blunts.
Come to my house, smoke my weed, eat my food.
Letting you pay your cab fares and all that type of
She's different, but you know, she's different, but I don't know, man. Kana kenyembero kariki, I don't know, man. Like, you know, she wants that funny lifestyle, man.
What good do you see in her though?
I see a lot of good, but it's just being overshadowed by like all of that negativity, man. She's draining me. Jesus.
I've been telling you, bruh.
Then
Look
she
out
bounced.
for number one, man. Look out for number one.
Ah, nah, man. I think it's a rap, yo. But she's like, she's
It's a
different,
rap
though,
every
man.
week for you, bruh. Wasn't the rap last week?
Yeah, Bill.
Stupid.
It's the same shit. Jelle says net Domino's and beer. Ochtend. Yes, da.
Sek. Ik heb die gespeeld.
Wouldn't you guys trade this lifestyle to be able to like teleport of like Jelle can flee? Nee, me bro.
Hola, homeboy.
Hey, my shotgun up, baby. Hey, die man came in nooit kans altijd.
Can you precies wat is teleport? Can you precies wat praat?
Nee, let's go. See you play me. Back yes.
Teleport
Kom
is
no
van die
shimani ni
Let's get America.
Ja. Perfect. Ik vond nog maar ook de tijd om niet maar.
Let's make game.
Joke shotgun. Joke van s'nachts.
Nee, Einstein, je komt altijd die zo met
Wat
je
green,
Einstein
man.
niet.
met je slim goed is. Wat.
Die man in dat verloren.
Ah, die slim goed is. Ja, kijk dat vlog
See van movies niet meer, bro. In mijn Chile.
Kan je me verstaan?
Been telling you.
Stephen gaat, maar goed, als je toelingane nga. Ons zwart mensen. You guys think these are the type of lives you must be living on?
Ja, no toe.
Nee, Jan dag. One day I'll stop speaking.
Ik ken van wat
Ah, no.
Ik zal je mos
Ik wil iemand aan dira dirange. Dan check je voetje wash. Altijd goed even wat ik ga praten.
Oh, you
When
dom.
you're in that hospital bed because of that alcohol.
Ja, ik kom nog bij jou. Ja, kom ik tel nog goed, joh.
Weet je,
Say.
je moet weer gaan slapen.
Dat is
E pa nepo mudishi nya.
het.
E pa nepo mudishi ninge pass out again, ninge pass out, pass out.
Pass out en shit. Tu rompere pass out.
Ah, sejela.
Por não ficar, tu rompere pass out.
Tamo, chamigi na mara ku dange ne, jele sameni versi. Na.
Yeah, you are stupid.
Okay.
Foolish boy.
Foolish mwanga membeto mo.
Tato benefit.
Tam denge ne muri membeto mo. Tere nyege.
Pasta, dat dingere pasta.
Abo.
Tell him man that bob.
Einstein, moet niet weer zo komen.
Say
No,
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 that
no, bira. Mi bro, mun danu bira duradinya mi bro. They didn't know and then did kuta. You guys gone like I wasn't here for that. I grew up in this location. I grew up with you guys. But I just don't recognize you guys
Die man
anymore.
give us a clean can. Die man come and say die man give us a clean can. Die man give us a clean can. It's brown. It was a clean man.
Mangane.
Mangane. Ja, van ons wat ons schoros aan raken.
Ja.
En we schoros aan raken. Daar staan de jitas van de zingangat. Daar staan het. Het is ons maak wat. Het is ons terklaaflopjes. Ach, daar kom je aan de ene aan.
Ben ik aan Colombia.
Say man.
I was here for all of that. I grew up here. I don't know why they act like I haven't grown up here. I stayed down here, man.
Used to. Don't stay there.
I hope man.
You guys say things change like that, huh?
Things change.
we gotta jump into this role. We gotta jump into this movie. I wanna like do a lot of stuff on it, just handheld, no sticks, none of that stuff. I wanna like follow you from behind, some 360 around you. None of this fancy wide shots or color or any of that stuff. It's just pure black and white. This is art. We're doing art here. Nothing else but art.
I'm not really getting what you're meaning in terms of me just playing myself,
Well,
playing Madume, but I mean, it's been like a 20-something hour flight, and I'll be fresh tomorrow. Is there anything else that you wanted to do today, or?
for me, it's just sort of, Mandume for me is somebody that's very real. I mean, he got to where he was, not because trying to imitate anybody. He's just being himself, and that's what I want for you. I want you just to play you. I don't want any makeup or costumes or hairdressers or any of that fancy stuff. There's none of this Hollywood kind of big sets and everything. It's just you just being you, and we're just gonna follow you. And whatever you're feeling, whatever you're communicating, however you're feeling about the role or who the person is, that's who we're gonna play Mandume.
And there's a lot yet to learn, and just sort of preparing and getting one's head in that mindset. I mean, there are lots of conversations and there's films that one is watching and a lot of reading that's happening, trying to get my mouth around language as well. But I don't have that experience, right? You know what I'm saying? Like but I can empathize.
Whose responsibility is it to tell our stories? And for me, I think our lives matter, and if we don't tell or take charge of our own telling of stories, I don't know whose responsibility to tell us who we are, etc.
At the core, what does it mean when you are in search of self, when things are falling apart around you? I think that we can all identify with moments where we're just not sure, So there's a lot of work to do, and I'm very, very intentional about treating the work of other cultures that are not my own with tremendous amounts of respect, but not fear. Do you see that? You know what I mean? Because my white counterparts don't have that issue, right? So the Australian gets to play the American or the British guy, and nobody's going like, wow, how can you play that? So I'm like, can I get some breath to be able to do what I do, right? Am I any less talented?
Yeah, it was just kind of respecting the selfless love and companionship and togetherness, but let's also dig a bit deeper. What do you really want to get out of it individually? You
what
understand?
are you asking? No, what are you asking?
I'm asking as an individual.
Because for me, selflessness is like depth already, right? You know what I mean? Because we work in an industry where selflessness doesn't happen.
Right.
Like the gifting doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like because you're paying for everything, especially in the Western context and in South Africa. So this is deep for me already as somebody coming into this, right? I'm just like, oh wow, okay, all right. I just know that I got the call. We've got the resources together. Your ticket will be, and we're communicating with your management and your agent to solidify contracts. Here's a script. And to know that,
Like for me, I'll give you an example. Mandume is someone I'd love to be. So for the selflessness of it is like one thing, but actually I want to be Mandume.
In what sense?
I want to feel him. I grew up with him. I feel him. I grew up with him. I was him. You understand? So if I know who he is, and I felt that, he was 17 when he came to power, he was 23 when he died. And, he had loads of friends and they all turned into enemies. So my question is, what is it you really want to get out of it? Because I do understand the camaraderie. I do understand that in a business.
I'm hearing a couple of things, right? So I just want to be clear about what it is that you're asking.
Yeah.
So are you asking what is the production team as filmmakers, are they trying to get out of it? Are you asking me as an individual, as an artist, and taking the journey
as a human being
of Madume?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't see a separation, right? Because as an artist, I am a human being. But I also think of my work as spiritual work, right? That the work that I do as an artist, I am channeling, I am open to, I'm expressing, I have to treat it as a sacred journey. Right, because there's a fundamental shift that's going to happen for me. There's something at the very core of who I am that I have to tap into to even be able to begin this process.
You have to become him. You have to be him. You have to know him.
But that's what
they
are you an actor?
No.
Oh, okay. So for me, as an actor, becoming is every character.
I made a story which had Mandume in it, and I became him. I started dreaming about him, you know? And it's one of those experiences which I've never forgotten, and it lives with me today. So when I heard about this project, I was kind of like a Yankee coming in and becoming me, becoming one of us. I was like a bit, let's just say, pushed into a corner. So,
oh well, I'm feeling a little unsettled about you as a white man, having the idea that you have become Madume. Like that's a little unsettling for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what is that, right? Like, how is that even possible? I mean, you don't even have the genetic material to begin that process. At least I start there, right? But so,
do you remember where we all came from?
Something else.
Do you remember where we all came from?
What? No.
We came from here.
All right. Okay.
Banana? $2. Ok. Dala ngeno ma banana ele avali e appelle à limwe. Donc à chips.
Rehearsing earlier, and I saw you, and I thought you were part of the cast for the film. So,
yeah. So you're clearly not from around here. Where are you from?
I am absolutely not from around here. I'm from the U.S.
Okay. What are you doing in Namibia?
I'm actually literally just here to work on this film. It's about a liberation hero, Mandume.
Ah.
Yeah.
So are you just working, or are you gonna do the whole tourist thing?
I'm primarily just working, but I found out today we're actually gonna go up north a bit, and we're gonna see the queen of the
Kwanyama?
Kwanyama, yes. So we're gonna go up there to see her. So I'm really excited about that. So it's gonna be really cool.
Okay. So you're gonna see some animals, maybe do a little game drive.
What? Is it because I'm American that you think I want to go see animals? I can see animals all day long in the zoo in the U.S.
If you're coming to Africa, you should see some animals.
Which animals have you seen?
I've ran into a lion.
You just ran into a
I
damn
ran into a lion.
Where'd you run into a lion?
Long story. So, how old are you?
I'm 21.
No, yeah, sure. Sure you are. No, really, how old are you?
40. How old are you?
21. You married?
Let's go back to that 21 thing again. Like, are you like really 21?
21, yeah. 21. Let's go back to that are you married thing again.
Yeah, I'm married.
So, I don't see a ring on your finger. Is there a reason for that?
No, it's marriage is it's complicated.
Sure.
Life, children.
Yeah. You got kids?
I have 2. Do you have kids?
None. I'm 21.
I mean,
likelihood of me having kids.
I could see you having kids.
Oh.
That didn't come out right. I'm just. Sometimes you need a break. You need a pit stop. Or else you're not any good to anybody else.
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old, and he's my youngest. And,
what's his name?
Marcus Jr.
Is he as good looking as Marcus Sr.?
I hope so. Damn, I hope so. Yeah, that dude, he's a good guy. He looks up to me. I'm like his hero, and
yeah.
That's a little difficult to live up to sometimes, you know. Like I'm just still trying to figure some things out, you know. Yeah.
Anyway, Marcus, I need to get back to work. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
I'm the new John the pavement, I'm Master Malachi's protege. Locked up in the prison, battling jitters who don't understand I'm one man. I'm outnumbered, but my voice comes louder than armies that run back for more than 100 miles. And yo, we wish for women named Moesha to show up on our doorstep, man. That's that Western influence, all blended in with realistic situations. And yo, my situations are far from easy, like working off my cell phone for the past 2 years and trying to synchronize the events of my life to get your credit eaten. Unless you fucks with settings and know me, I'm busy setting myself for more blessings. So please don't question me when you find me all alone inside an empty room. Don't tell me what you're gonna do, rather just do it. Cause when I turn around, I'll explode on you like acidic fluid. You'll never ever be the same. Look what you made me do. Retaliation comes in the form of a peaceful man when you didn't believe the movement in the beginning. Homie, I was busy moving packs, but after dropping the compilation, I realized that there's more to life. Never let opportunities for growth pass you by. I know they did you bad, brown boy. Let it go, let it fly. Try to work with most of y'all before my shit dropped. Now you're trying to hold me back like some pit stops. We were never meant to die. Christ consciousness, the destiny. Man, when will things stop? They overlook you till you hot. Talking about doing nothing about. Makes you lame. I'm busy shifting from an 8th to a 9th ether. Genetic level, check my brothers in Sudan, man. Now look at my pigment. Brown boy standing for those who are true to existence. Man, I'm so tired of playing on both sides like a rasta who still play with cigarettes. Yes, I'm through lying about who I really am to my inner self, but this money is the only thing standing in the way of a man who's committed to his cause and apparently going poor. Please, Lord, give me the strength I need just to take them all in like I'm on back. I'm mostly involved in some virtual combat. I'm an astral projection, projecting the spiritual facts. They told me stories from Ludima. I applied them in an instant. I'm a guerrilla warfare tactician, in fact. And if we stopped having these so-called righteous wars, then more men would be alive to return back home to a wife and 2 daughters and a son who lacks even more inexperience. Every day his father's gone longer, man. Oh Lord, I'm so thankful to be here, be alive. Peace brings me to a place I've hardly ever been. I know it's gonna be hard to leave when I get there. And when I'm most peaceful, I diminish the cock stairs. They think that ignorance is bliss, but it's the #1 life taker.
Why the pineapples? Look, I came here to see if you're all right.
You look up while sitting in a cafe or walking through a crowded space and you realize there are all these faces. Ordinary faces that usually you wouldn't think twice about. But then one day, you look at them. Really look at them. And they're just men and women pretending to be important. I've never been clearer about anything.
About what?
Stuff, life. You know, the big questions.
That's bullshit, Sara.
I've always had these doubts about whether I ever really existed.
I came here to see if you were right. To see if you were bluffing, or if you indeed were planning to
kill myself.
Right.
It's all right. I'm okay.
I won't let you pretend we are invisible. If you can't accept the importance of the world, fine. But I won't let you mock our seriousness. Why are you doing this to me?
Go.
I feel like I'm not creating from the deepest part of my soul, man. I feel like everything's kind of regurgitated.
That's your problem, bro.
No, man. I mean, like, you know what, you know, in a sense where like this is the time in which I was born in. You know, I'm already like I was born into like already like a situation. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like me against the world, you know, kind of. But I'm determined, man. I'm really determined to like touch people's lives, man. I feel like I haven't fully immersed myself. I feel like I've
only always been doing music. I feel like I haven't become the music yet, you know?
Why aren't you a Kwaito artist?
Me?
Yeah.
No, him.
It just doesn't appeal to me, man. I mean, what Kwaito's done in 2 countries? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reach like the world, man. I'm trying to be heard, you know?
Yeah, but what if it was done like all over the world? Would you still want to be like
Probably.
Would you just hop ship like a big old hoe, or like do you have like
I mean, if it was
kind of like morals to it?
I mean, like, yeah, if it was being done all over the world, then the chances of me doing it would have been higher, you know, just like hip hop.
So you're just a happy-go-lucky dude. Like you're just gonna jump in
No,
on
it's
whatever wave is riding highest.
No. I guess with the hip hop, it was kind of like a coincidence. Like it's something that resonated with me the most, and it's very influential. I feel like rap artists have, like, not even rap artists, MCs. You know, I'm an MC. They have the ability to connect with people. You know, paint pictures and really tell a story.
You have an ace in the hole, which is that you're African, not American. So that would get some interest in your music. But it will also get some disinterest because most people know that rappers who aren't Americans suck.
Yeah.
So the odds are against you. You know, like that little funky accent does nobody no favors. Like African rappers tend to not have it as strong as the Europeans. They're really screwed. Like Europeans and British, like forget about it.
So there's no chance for
Nah, like, you know, once a year, everyone, like, someone comes up to me like, what do you think about, I don't know. I don't even know, you know, because I don't remember their names, you know. Like, once a year, there's always some British rapper. They're like, well, but come on, you know, you can't tell me you don't like whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man, no one takes them seriously.
Man, I feel like I'm not myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I keep emulating. I feel like there's so many constrictions in the hip hop. I don't know if I should switch things up.
I think that's exactly how you're supposed to feel. I think that as an artist, that constant struggle to identify, especially you know, being African, and that struggle is what many people are going through, like your age and in your generation are going through that same struggle. Maybe not as an artist, but they're going through that struggle as finding identity.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like, you know, the music that you write now, you know, is...
I feel like I don't even know what music is sometimes, you know? Because, like, you know...
Who knows? Who knows? Like what James was saying, like earlier, it's like most of the best music is made by people who didn't know what they were on at the time. It wasn't
DJ Kool Herc invented hip hop in the mid '90s in New York City.
70s.
And he didn't, huh?
You said mid '90s.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Kool Herc well, might as well. But Kool Herc is a DJ in New York who invented hip hop in the mid '70s, and he didn't have a clue what he was about to do. All he was trying to do was take the best parts of these disco records, which everyone really loved, which was the part where no one's singing and the drummer's just going crazy, and extend those. So he connected 2 turntables and was like, okay, here that part comes. He took 2 copies of the same record. Okay, here that part comes. He synced them up. And then the next one come, you bring that in, bring it in, back, forth, just juggling the same part over and over again. And then we were just listening to his interview. He hasn't made a dime off hip hop. He was in the hospital dying of cancer. No one came to give him no money, no nothing. He's just lying around decomposing while people are like throwing billions of dollars in the air off the stuff he made. But that's the key, man. You're not supposed to think about the end game, man. You got to scrap all your interests in the end game and just start thinking about how to surprise yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard your stuff, and I don't think you're surprising yourself yet.
He said that I can't even think in my own language, you know? It hurts.
Is it? But well, first of all, how many guys who English is their, I won't say first language, but primary language, rapping Oshivambu?
Is there no value in rapping in vernacular?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just that I don't even think I know my language that well. You know what I'm saying? I think I've already been robbed of that, you know? So whether it was me robbing myself or society, you know, like, you know, schools you've been taken to, but I feel like I would love to rap in my own language, you know, it would be dope, but I feel like I don't even have the means to, you know, I can't even tap into that really, you know. So, yeah, man, there's so much conflict.
I myself, I'm not fully traversed in my own language, in my own ethnic language, but so I understand that argument of, you know, you make, if you've grown up like this, why should you make music? At the same time, I also see like I can't do a rational intellectual thought and think of this country in 100 years and honestly tell myself that Oshivambo or most of the indigenous languages are still going to be spoken at a major part. I just don't see that happening. And I see that mostly because of soft culture, the TV that we watch, the radio that we watch, the series, the movies that we
People
see.
are being transformed at the grassroots, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's soft culture. I mean, Namibia took English as its official language.
Yeah.
There's nothing soft about that.
Yeah. I think people would be more ready, or you'd see people more ready to start speaking Pidgin English than start learning Kiswahili or.
And it's not just picking on Africa. It's not like we're just picking on Africa because it's Africa and, you know, everyone looks at Africa as like the world ghetto. You look at the whole world. Everyone has got to get in line with English at some point. I mean, I was in Italy and they're broke. You know, they talk about Greece and they talk about Spain, but most of those Southern European countries are broke. And these Italians are just screaming to get out of there. But they're not taught English. They only know Italian. And they still have that empire mind state where when they go on holiday and they see the signs are written in English, they go, well, why aren't they written in Italian too? And someone's got to pat them on the shoulder and be like, sorry guys, you know, you guys just aren't that crucial anymore. You know what I mean? Like you have to, everyone's doing it all over the world. The only places that can get away with it are really big countries. Like China doesn't have to do that. Because China's 200 zillion people. Yeah. Brazil doesn't have to do that. Like big countries don't have to do that. But little countries, you got to latch on, man.
Yeah.
And by and large, the whole world has to latch on.
Yeah, but don't you think culture then still falls? I mean,
Culture falls, man. That's the way it is. My great grandmother in Iran, she spoke Jesus language. Like she spoke some stuff that, seriously, they had a whole different language, and it's gone now, and that's just the way it is. My parents, my dad is Cornish. He's English, but he's from Cornwall, and they're like Celtic. They speak some crazy language, like some kind of Welsh thing. Gone. That's the way it is, man. That's the way it is.
Evolution.
That's the way it is. English will fall.
What, Mandarin? Maybe we'll all learn Chinese. Maybe our kids will learn Chinese.
What are you running from? Doesn't it ever get lonely? What have you learned?
That there are walls. You can spend your life racing around or racing towards something. There are limits. At the heart of the world, behind and beyond, there's a mystery that we're not meant to penetrate. And I'm done contemplating it.
I knew you'd be back. I really don't know what you see in these guys. I really don't. I'm trying to grow, yo. I really am. It's either you're on that path, it's either you're a seeker or you're one of them stuck in the matrix. And that's these. What are you doing here even?
Pharaoh's was crazy last night. Took Jessica and I like an hour just to get a drink from the bar.
So you came back. Did he dump you?
Tell me the story again.
What?
The story, Anu.
Unbelievable. I've warned you so many times. I've told you. And you keep running off with these guys. It never works out. The worst part is like you're not even yourself when you're with them. You're not.
And when I'm with you?
Time stops. Everything disappears.
First, I'm here working, and there aren't really any here. Do you remember where we read about that tigers come from? You don't know. Do you remember we read about that they came from India? You looking after your brother? That's good. And your doing what she's telling you to do? Okay. Could you get her for me? Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that. Okay. I gotta go, okay? And talk to you later. I love you. Okay, bye.
How far back do you think our childhood goes? 50 years? 100? 1,000? I feel like it goes back farther than the memory of any race. Our dreams come from like deep below, you know? From a deep remembering of like forgotten ancient ancestry or something.
Do you really believe all of that?
What? That you're a goddess? That there must be like what, some cosmic reasoning as to why you and I are here right now? Should I tell you again about Orion? About my theory?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's believed that the 3 pyramids of Giza are an exact mirror image of the 3 stars in Orion's belt. It was believed that they were built for the goddess Isis. The last time they were in line was probably like over 10,000 years ago. Not probably, but they were, you know. I don't know. It was probably like man's greatest achievement. A tool for transcendence and ascendance. For reaching like higher realms of consciousness. How else can you explain it, you know? Aliens, slaves. Fuck that. It all started here. Africa. That's where it all started.
So we got a raw deal, huh?
The rawest. But it's cool though. We're making a comeback.
You really think I'm ISIS?
Could be. Could be.
Well, if I'm Isis, descended from Orion, then that makes you the Dark Star, the Dogon, the brightly burning spark that rests in the night sky, across from Orion, isolated from your clan, star of ancient knowledge, of sadness, of secrets.
You say the sweetest shit sometimes. Got me feeling awkward. I don't know. I feel like we all bear some kind of star clock of some sort. Symbols and people who we come into contact with. Just reminding us of like where we're from, you know? Where we're really from, like in a deeper sense. What path we're on. Whether we're on our way to fourth dimensional density or still being like spiritually small.
So, what's yours then? Your star clock.
That's why I have these. This one represents like the ugliness within me, mixed in with all the good. This one is an ancient Leo symbol. And this one is my favorite number sideways, making the infinity sign. And this one here is the first tattoo I got.
Do you know what it feels like when you're in a crowded room, a room full of people, but yet you feel so lonely, even though they're all looking at you? You feel like you could just disappear. It's fucking terrifying. Fate is strange, you know?
Also,
We plan our lives according to a dream we had in our childhood, but then destiny comes along and completely changes it, you know. I love your loneliness. You know I could never be with you, right?
I feel like I'm not from here. I always feel like that. We're from a long line of beggars. From pain and from sweat and tears. That divinity that comes from like the soul, you know? Only poor people know true magic. The dreams we stole right out of the sky.
It's just a little setback. That's all. It's not that we're completely off track here. It's just nobody's picking up, and there's people they're going around to trying to get to.
I don't know what you want me to do with that, man.
You know, when you came here, there's a possibility that it might not happen.
No, that's a fucking lie. What I know when I came here is that I signed a fucking contract that said I was coming here to play my Dume, that you had all this shit worked out. All this back and forth, get approval, shoot one day here. We don't know what the shoot schedule's gonna be. I don't even work like that, my man. I put my fucking life on hold for this shit. My wife and kids are at home right now. And I'm out here in the middle of fucking nowhere? For what? For what? You tell me, what the fuck am I doing here?
We're trying to make a film.
No, we're not trying to make a film. You playing around.
How am I playing around?
Well, apparently you playing around. I flew thousands of miles to be here to work on a film, and you telling me that it's not happening?
I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
Man, this is some bullshit, man. Let's go.
It's just a bit of a delay.
Cecil, let's fucking go.
Look, there's still a chance that we can make this thing work.
I don't have any more chances.
We just have to make it work. That's all I can do. I can't go back now. I can't go back with an empty hand and
Cecil.
We want the papers,
Cecil.
man.
Do you think I give a fuck about some papers? I don't give a fuck about no press. This ain't no fucking Kardashians or some shit. I don't live for that shit. I live for the work I do. I live for my family. So let's fucking go.
Life is beautiful, even though it took me 10 years to get over my father's passing, man. I probably would have never known that everything that's bright in this life comes from the seed of darkness. Only when he booked it, I really discover my talents. Messes me up thinking about trading a life for these blessings. Homie, I'm grown now, thinking in higher perspectives. Only 13 when I just really opened my mind. Growing up really means seeing things you didn't see before. I was shocked by the poverty and people living meager. So I moved from house to house, trying to block me from that pain. And jukebox is busy dumping love for dropping balls in the area. Things that made me feel I was being inducted into the class. Visualize, trying to study for external exams. It's a no to Jordan, any marks for forming study groups. Cause that actually got me through and kept the homie man focused. But what were we supposed to do? Wish I knew then what I know now. Young black boys just trying to survive, going deeper into Babylon. We tried to apply these books to the streets, and that only made us stuff. And just like dogs, you hunt us down, cause we wanna do our own thing. I love you, ma. I love you, ma. Ikuole nengo no tanga dishene, cause you stuck around. You woke me up every morning until my trip. You believed in me before I had faith in myself. Your motto was always, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. I'm your son, but now I'm your son as a young man. Our relationship wasn't always a beautiful garden. We had thorns that seemed to overweigh all the roses, but it was needed. We learned to respect each other as human beings, and we're human. You helped me stay in touch with my compassion. What I needed for all the people who did me wrong. How can you ever truly forgive if you never forget? I swear I really try, but every time they cross me in a disharmonized manner, I backflash to all the things I'm really trying to grow from. I know I'm hard on myself, but I know time heals all these liquor wounds and spiked weed, internal injuries, side effects of a really rowdy upbringing.